we got to spend a minute on Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, okay? And that she and her husband are bullies, and it's as vicious as it can get in Hollywood. She started to rewrite scenes that nobody had asked her to rewrite.
Show up on a set, I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say, but I also knew that that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. You're trying to assert yourself into something that we didn't hire you to do.
That's called fraud.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. You ready for a backstage pass to one of the messiest showdowns in Tinseltown? Because what I'm about to lay out is more tangled than a ball of yarn after a cat party. Today, we're diving headfirst into the swirling storm that is Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni. And trust me, you'll want to buckle up. Will this be the next big Hollywood meltdown? Or is there a hidden twist nobody saw coming? Stick around, because we've got evidence, rumors, and receipts hotter than a summer sidewalk in Vegas. Before we spill the tea, smash that like button like it just insulted your favorite celebrity, and hit subscribe because, let's face it, I'm nothing without your support. Now back to the tea. First things first. It Ends With Us is the massively popular novel by Colleen Hoover, revered by romance readers and devoured by BookTok. Our guy Justin Baldoni, a.k.a. the ever-charming face from Jane the Virgin, snagged the rights to turn it into a movie. Enter Blake Lively, swooping in to co-star. At first, everything seemed golden, a dynamic duo bringing a beloved story to life. But you know how in movies they say cut right before the juicy off-screen drama starts rolling? That's exactly what happened here. Allegedly, tension started simmering between Lively and Baldoni over creative control. Then suddenly, the pot boiled over.
She wrested his movie away from him and decided to try to hurt him with petty, made-up, out-of-context complaints.
Lively accused Baldoni of SH. Baldoni fired back, claiming Lively was spinning tall tales to hijack the production. Lawyers got involved, lawsuits multiplied like gremlins in water, and before anyone could say popcorn, we had a full-blown fiasco on our hands. Now we're hearing talk of basement banishments. Yeah, rumor has it Lively forced Baldoni to stay in some understairs dungeon at the film's premiere, while she basked in the limelight up top.
She claims he sexual harassed her, and then by the time they premiered the movie, they weren't even speaking to each other. She made him stay in the basement.
Folks, if that's not a power move, I don't know what is. And guess who apparently joined forces with Lively? Her real-life knight, Ryan Reynolds.
And Ryan Reynolds turned on him too. And then she claimed that he unleashed a bad PR campaign against her. And he claims none of that is true. There was absolutely no harassment. Those are made-up claims.
Once hailed as the internet's beloved comedic genius, he's allegedly turned into her personal dragon, defending the queen at all costs. Baldoni's not just battling Lively now. He's potentially up against the entire Lively-Reynolds empire. And if you think that's the end of the story, oh honey, we're just getting started. Wait till you hear what Megyn Kelly had to say about Ms. Lively's brand. Ready for this?
My own position is she's absolutely ruined her brand. She has started a fight she cannot win. She does appear like an Amber Heard to me. I have yet to see one of her complaints borne out. In fact, all of the ones I've seen have been undermined by his hardcore proof in text messaging and so on that puts a totally different light on her horrific allegations. Then you see what she actually said and wrote. It's very different. She called herself Khaleesi and said Ryan Reynolds and we believe Taylor Swift were her dragons, and she's got the best dragons.
Some folks call it ambition. Others label it sabotage. Compare it to hiring a plumber to fix your sink, only to have them redecorate your entire bathroom without permission. Are we shading Blake Lively or praising her hustle? Maybe a little of both. Because here's the twist. People love a go-getter, but they hate a backseat driver who tries to yank the wheel. How does this tie into the Baldoni feud? Well, rumor says that once Lively landed the part, she started rewriting more than just her own lines. Costume changes, storyline tweaks, who gets top billing, you name it. She wanted to influence it. This might have rubbed Baldoni the wrong way. After all, he optioned the novel.
And she bullied him into giving her the movie where she did her own cut. They released the cut of the movie. He didn't even get to see it. He was the director of the film, the producer of the film, the guy who got the rights to the film, the one who's supposed to be in control. He didn't even get to see it. He was in the basement at his own movie premiere. And then she had the nerve, because she had 2 minutes of bad publicity when the film hit, to come out and try to blame it all on him. None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather shitty person.
It's like buying a house and then your new roommate tells you how to renovate every nook and cranny. Next thing you know, the vibe is frosty, lawsuits are flying, and you've got a bigger mess than the Overlook Hotel at midnight. But is Lively alone in all this? Hardly. She's apparently got a whole cheer squad behind her, at least for a while. Let's check out who's Team Lively and who's quietly inching away. Early on, the It Ends With Us set was basically Lively's playground. Most of the cast, some say starstruck, others say coerced, lined up behind her, nodding along with each new suggestion. Even Colleen Hoover, the mastermind behind the original book, seemed to be firmly Team Blake.
She is accused of having turned the whole cast of It Ends With Us against Justin. By the time they premiered the movie, Ryan Reynolds had unfollowed him on Insta, so had Blake, so had the rest of the cast. Now you tell me, if you're an unknown actor in this film and you know that Blake and Ryan have turned on the no-name Justin Baldoni, who are you going to follow? These are weak, feckless people out in Hollywood. They have no spine. So of course they all unfollowed him and chose Team Blake, including, by the way, Colleen Hoover, the one who really owed him a debt of gratitude because he bought the rights to her book. She went Team Blake.
Maybe she thought Lively was the perfect Lily Bloom come to life, or maybe she just liked Lively's star power overshadowing everything else. But the Hollywood rumor mill never sleeps. Whispers now hint that Hoover might be doing a 180. She's allegedly erasing Lively from her social media feed faster than a disgraced politician scrubs old tweets. If that's true, then something definitely went down.
Well, guess what she just did this week? She scrubbed all of her social media of Blake Lively. She'd already stepped away from Justin. Now she's scrubbed all of her social media from Blake Lively because I think she's starting to realize she made a mistake.
Did Baldoni show Hoover some behind-the-scenes evidence that changed her perspective? Or did Lively cross a line that even Hoover couldn't support? Meanwhile, the rest of the cast is either staying silent or strategically changing lanes. We see you cameo co-stars quietly untagging yourselves from group photos, and it's giving main character meltdown vibes. The tension's thicker than a triple-layer chocolate cake, and each slice is loaded with drama filling. But if you think this is the first time Lively's orchestrated a Hollywood takeover, you might want to flip back a few chapters in her timeline, because there's a certain Gossip Girl fiasco that fans are dredging up as we speak, and it's none too pretty. Time to roll back the clock to 2009, folks. Remember Gossip Girl, the show that made us all want to live on the Upper East Side and throw shade with style? Well, Lively apparently admitted in an interview with Glamour UK that she poisoned the cast against Penn Badgley, her then love interest both on-screen and off. She basically sowed seeds of distrust, turning co-stars into real-life minions in her personal vendetta.
Okay, but here's the other piece of news that came out this week. A 2009 Glamour UK interview by Blake Lively. She was on the cover at the time, and in her interview, she admitted to trying to poison the cast of Gossip Girl, which is where she made her name, against her co-star, Penn Badgley, who played her love interest.
By the time she realized she was wrong, the damage was done. Now, fast forward to 2023. Lively's facing down some new controversies, yet her old castmates from Penn Badgley to Leighton Meester remain quieter than librarians at midnight.
Leighton Meester and Penn Badgley and other Gossip Girl co-stars have remained silent in the wake of the Baldoni legal drama. Neither Meester nor Badgley follow Lively on Instagram.
Some interpret this silence as, we don't want to get involved. Others say it's a subtle way of suggesting they're not exactly on Lively's side. Sometimes silence screams, we didn't believe you then, we don't believe you now. Is that too harsh? Possibly. But it also might be spot on, given how these old stories about Lively manipulating co-workers keep surfacing. Hollywood's a place where your rep can be shredded in an instant, and it looks like that's exactly what's happening. One rumor, one revelation at a time. And who's caught in the eye of this swirling storm? Let's talk about how the man behind Deadpool ended up dead center in Lively's newest drama. Ryan Reynolds. One minute he's hawking cell phone plans and giggling his way through comedic roles, the next he's being dragged into a legal and reputational quagmire. The ruthless hosts joke that while Reynolds just wants to sip on his own gin brand and cheer for his soccer team, Lively's out here recruiting him for the Hollywood Hunger Games. And if you believe the rumors, she calls him her little dragon, like some Game of Thrones queen commanding her scaly beast. I need your help, little dragon. We're ruining lives tonight. Can you picture that text popping up on Reynolds' phone? Now, obviously we're exaggerating for comedic effect, but the point stands. Reynolds is being roped into this fiasco whether he likes it or not. His alliance with Lively definitely complicates things. He's married to her after all, so it's ride or die. But how much does he believe the accusations she's lobbing around? Has he seen those alleged text messages Baldoni has in his arsenal? Is he turning a blind eye? Or does he truly feel Lively is the one in the right? We might never know the real answer. Hollywood is basically a steel vault of secrets. But here's a spoiler. Megyn Kelly thinks it's all smoke and mirrors, and the real story might be a lot darker than even we imagine. Let's see what she has to say about life in the land of lights, camera, and potential sabotage. Now, Megyn Kelly's not exactly a newbie when it comes to behind-the-scenes drama. She's been part of the NBC world, sparred with colleagues, and watched plenty of high-profile feuds unfold in real time. Kelly claims that Hollywood folks often say one thing on camera and spill a totally different storyline off camera. Kelly sees parallels with Blake Lively's situation. Sure, maybe co-stars and directors issue polite statements about Lively's incredible work ethic and visionary ideas, but behind closed doors, they might be rolling their eyes or dishing out less flattering tidbits. In Hollywood, it's all about word self-preservation. If you're a director who might work with Lively again, do you risk speaking out publicly? Probably not. That's career suicide in a town where your next job depends on good relationships, or at least the illusion of them. So, is Lively ruffling more feathers than a rooster at sunrise? Or is she a misunderstood genius who's simply pushing boundaries? Kelly suggests the former, and judging by the hush-hush attitude from so many co-stars, maybe she's not alone in that belief. But hey, it's Hollywood, land of illusions and reinventions. Tomorrow, Lively could drop a heartfelt apology video, claim she was misunderstood, and half the town might forgive her if she's profitable enough. Until then, the feud festers, the lawsuits stack up, and we're all left to wonder, how does this saga end? So here we are at the end of this roller coaster, where lawsuits, allegations, brand damage, and basement banishments swirl together in one colossal drama stew. We've got Blake Lively, once America's golden sweetheart, now facing comparisons to Amber Heard. We've got Justin Baldoni, the underdog champion trying to salvage his reputation and protect his dream project. We've got Ryan Reynolds caught between loyalty and lunacy. And we've got Megyn Kelly, drizzling more hot sauce onto the fiasco than your favorite taco truck. Where does the truth lie? Possibly somewhere in that wide gray area between Lively's claims and Baldoni's receipts. One thing's for sure, the drama is far from over. We've got multiple lawsuits swirling, including a defamation battle with the New York Times, for crying out loud. Will we see new text messages leaked? Will Taylor Swift weigh in with a cryptic lyric in her next album? Stay tuned, my messy besties. And that's a wrap, at least for now. If you enjoyed this wild ride, do me a favor. Smash that like button like it's a piñata full of paparazzi secrets. Hit subscribe so you're the first in line for the next celeb meltdown, and drop a comment below with your own theory. Are you Team Blake, Team Baldoni, or Team I'm just here for the popcorn? Let's keep this conversation rolling because Hollywood sure isn't cooling down anytime soon. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed. Only on Tea Time with Tina.